Greetings, everyone! How's everyone doing today on this fine Friday? So, I had a... Hold on, I should probably turn down the volume of that so y'all can hear me better. Because I know I tend to be pretty quiet. There we go. But yeah, I had a tornado warning last night. Well, technically it was today. About 12 hours ago. So... Fortunately, it wasn't too bad. Because it could have been worse. It always could have gone worse. And I'm glad it did not go to shit. Unfortunately, all of my cats were home during that time that the tornado happened, so I didn't have to worry about if any of my cats were going to be alright. But yeah, it was very windy yesterday. So, I'm kind of a little conflicted about what to do. So, I made another poll on my Tumblr, which I should probably go tumblr.com. Main blog. Copy link. And pin that. God fucking damn it. I can't pin that. God damn. Well, hold on. Refresh. Also, hello, Hot Dog Mo. Okay, there we go. I just had to refresh. But hello, how are you? I hope you are doing very well on this fine Friday or Saturday, depending on where you are. Glad you're doing well. Yeah, Friday. So... Okay, let's... Thank you for sending in the yippee! So... Also, thank you for following Hot Dog Hugbo. I hope you enjoy your stay. What I'm trying right now, it's basically a new starting soon screen because my current one is a little basic. And I made it back in like 2022. Yes! The fly boom! So, this is the starting soon screen that I currently have. My plan was to kind of have like slowly like desaturate from the glow to like my design, but I decided I'm probably going to like make a new one entirely. So yeah, and this was kind of the concept art, like the little sketch. Banana ketchup! What the fuck is banana ketchup? What the fuck? How dare you desecrate the holy ketchup? Ketchup but sweeter? Oh. But does it have banana in it? I just want to know. Oh, from the Philippines. That kind of makes sense. Hmm. So, yeah. Hmm. So, the plan was for this hand. My VTuber model is meant to kind of like hold on to like some kind of sword hilt. Like it does not have the blade. But I'm probably going to like just have her hands in her pockets. I'm not fully sure. Because the sword hilt kind of has a bit of lore. And her lore is kind of a complicated mess. Like, it's not, like, too bad, I don't think. I think it's not that bad. But it is probably a little confusing. Because it involves the Fae. And a lot of stuff involving the Fae is very confusing. I mean, I could make this so that it's, you know, animated. Probably just like a simple motion tween. And like an eye blink. And I probably also need to like work on her reference sheet. Because you know, it's always good to have a reference sheet for any character that you're, you know, making. yeah. Also, I probably should, like, (3D) body type. Now let's check. There we go. And I should probably like put all of my like VTuber related stuff in a different folder, or in my drawings folder. So I probably need to like swap up this model. So this is kind of like the improved version of it. You know, kind of based on like Clip Studio 3.0. As you can see, she is a little chonky. Oh my god. Why did I make the booba so big? I made him a little too big. Like that. Actually, I might do kind of a gesture. Sorry, I'm just trying to adjust my, you know. Also, this is kind of like meant to be a bit of an approximation. And I'm kind of basing the looseness on this expression, this gesture here of, you know, Patchouli from one of the from a game I plan on making. And of course, this is going to be a bit more of a thorough reference. And of course, when I eventually make the 2.0 model, that is going to lead to a new reference sheet. So this is kind of like to get the gesture of the pose before I eventually make it in with the 3D model. Also, apparently in 3.0 you can import, that's what I meant, you can import models from .vrm file types, which is, for those who don't know, that is the file type for 3D VTuber models. In fact, I can probably, I can actually probably do that. Import 3D data. Just give it a moment. Wait, what? Hold on. There we go. So now I can kind of show a bit of some parts of Ashland that I never really get to kind of show. For example, this really shittily done, mind you, glove is meant to be a smudge glove. It's kind of based on the one I actually wear during stream, but it is a little dirty, so I either need to wash it, but there is also one on my throne. So yeah. Also, holy fuck, this is making the program go so slow. Holy shit. I guess I basically just put her in Converse. Okay. But I think I'm going to remove that. And also, I probably need to like go to canvas properties. Make this a little lighter. So yeah, that is kind of like a part of my model that y'all never really see because I don't have hand tracking. And I have seen a thumbnail for like a video that shows how to kind of make yourself have 3D tracking with VC face without needing like leap motion, which I might do because I tend to gesture a lot. Like I'm even doing it right now. But of course, that's probably just something for future me. For future scary. But yeah, but also a little off topic technically, but if you are, you know, a Tumblr user, the pinned comment in here leads to a poll, which I am using to kind of like help decide which characters I'm going to plushify next. Which, because I know one of y'all is new here, specifically, Hat Dog. I was saying hot dog this whole time! But this is kind of what I've been doing with the Transformers characters. I've been making them into plush assets, which are free to use on Ko-fi. Like, as long as you, like, credit me, I'm going to be alright. But yeah, I've kind of, like, the poll got, like, 6 more votes than the previous poll that I did, which is... And I'm pretty sure I have a feeling of who is going to win. But of course, I could always be wrong. There's like less than 10 hours remaining right now on the poll. So if you have a Tumblr account, I suggest like doing the poll. Or probably like reblogging it. Or if you're like someone who isn't really familiar with the fandom, you can always just see the results or just to look up which characters I'm referring to in the poll. Because I kind of grouped them a bit. Like, there are 4 groups. There's the Delphi Medics, which is more of an IDW comics thing. This is First Aid, Ambulon, and Pharma. Then the group B is Seekertrine, Starscream, Skywarp, and Thundercracker, who are kind of like the well-known Seekers. Autobot Peepaws, which are just 2 of the really old characters. There's in the Transformers franchise, and that is Ironhide and Coop. They're kind of known as the grumpy old men, and I think, but I know at least Ironhide is considered that. And then Prowl clones, because I already did Prowl. And that is Blue Streak Peak and Smokescreen. And why I did Prowl clones? The reason why? I already did Prowl. And of course, I'm going to probably do like the other characters eventually. But I know that, so I cannot see the results until the poll is over. Unless I like vote on accident. So I do not know who is going to win until they win. Well, until the poll is over. But I remember, like, before the first poll I did ended, I was, like, downloading references for Cerebros, which is one of the characters in the poll that won, like, the group that won. I like a sweet. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's probably going to be like a very strong tie between the Delphi Medics and the Seekers, because like 2 of my mutuals on Tumblr really love Pharma. It's kind of like the sadistic like doctor her type. So yeah, but I do like his design. He's kind of like a jet, which is kind of rare for Autobot characters. But the Delphi Medics one does have one of my favorite characters from the IDW comics, and that is First Aid. I just think he's a little guy. Now I need to figure out what to do with the left arm. And of course, I'm probably going to like have a reference for her more clawed hands form. Like this, for example, this is kind of like her paws, because she is. So according to the lore, Ashlyn, which is the name of this character, like I kind of treat her like a character, because that's kind of what she is meant to be. But basically, she is a half dragon and half fairy. Like, she is a dragon and has all the dragon abilities, but she is also one of the Fae. And there's kind of a bit of lore with it as well. And I plan on like making a kind of design for her mom and dad, and base those off my own mom and dad, because Ashlyn's design is kind of heavily based on how I kind of used to draw myself before I really had her as a Sona. Like, and she has like a lot of traits that I have. Like, for example, the cleft palate. And also how the hair is drawn is kind of based on how I used to draw my own, kind of how I draw my own hair as a Sona, like when I'm drawing myself. Like, this is my old profile picture from like several years ago. And you can probably see some similarities to the current profile picture I have here. Like a bit of the eyes, but also the hair. Like I kind of draw the hair the similarly on my VTuber model as I do here, excluding this heart-shaped ahoge, which I decided to omit. But technically, if you want to go to like the earliest drawing of like what became Ashlyn, it's probably in like my old art. This on the left here, no, the right here, this is kind of what became Ashlyn. And this one used to be my Tumblr profile picture for quite a while. And of course, you can see that this was like 3 years ago. And kind of like, this is meant to be like day, month, year. So January 5th. But yeah. This is kind of, this was made in Fire Alpaca, and this was around the time that I was really into Twisted Wonderland. Like, I'm pretty sure this was before the English version even came out. But if you kind of compare that to, like, one of my more recent drawings, okay, I'm going to, like this, for example. You can probably see how much I have improved over the past 3 years since I kind of made this. And you can see that this face is asymmetrical. And it makes me lose my goddamn mind. And also the line color is like way too different from like the hair color. But I do think the hands are kind of decent. At least a little bit. But yeah. This is kind of like how I used to draw myself. But yeah. So also, something y'all should probably like know about me is, if you wonder why I kind of draw my thumbs a little shorter than like they should look, that's because I have toe thumbs. So they look kind of flat on the top. And that's kind of because I sucked my thumb for like over a decade. And kind of a tip for those who kind of have kids who suck their own thumb longer than they usually would. Please get them something that they can like use it kind of similarly, but not their thumb. Okay, luckily I haven't really done that for like years now. Like for the first like 12 years of my life, 12 to 13 years of my life, I kind of sucked my own thumb. So it's very apparent on my left thumb. So I'm going to reblog my poll. And there we go. Hello, a Soviet Stingray. Thank you for the first time chat. I'm kind of like just doing a gesture for now, but this is kind of like meant to be like the official reference for my VTuber model. There is, of course, going to be like a one where you kind of see the back. And of course, knowing me, I'm probably going to like grab my actual model. Just copy the back of the... Copy all of the hair, like save it as a PNG, and then just flip it. So I don't have to like bother her too much with like trying to draw all the hair from the back from scratch. I mean, you could probably consider that lazy, but it's a bit of a shortcut. So I can probably like finish this faster because I've been meaning to do this for a while. And I will, of course, kind of like post this everywhere I can, and like including my Discord server, which you can just put !Discord if you want to kind of join it. And if you are like an artist, I have a channel in the server in the artist section, where you can post like references to help like any other artists who joined the server. Or if you make your own references, you can post them there. But if you do find a reference, just make sure to like link where you found it. Or ideally, if you like do a reverse image search with the image address, because sometimes allow you to do that. And for some things, which I actually learned this in like sophomore year. You can find the original if you're not sure where the original thing is, especially if it's like from an artist and the comments don't mention if it doesn't link to the original artist who made that reference. And so you can reverse image search using some kind of there's a bunch of websites that allow you to do that. But yeah, you can do that, find the original, then post the link of the original to the channel. Which, actually, there is the Discord server if you wish to join. And there is, of course, a role specifically for VTubers that has, like, a channel specific for VTubers. Like, if you want to, like, talk to other VTubers, if you're a VTuber yourself. And yeah. So if that's what you want to do, you can always, like, join the server and, you know, contribute to the reference jar. That is, of course, if you want to. You can contribute to it even if you are not an artist. If you have, like, an item that you want to kind of take pictures of for any artist to use as a reference, feel free to do so. You don't have to be an artist to contribute to the reference jar. Like, especially if it's, like, a very unique looking item that you feel like want to share with the world. Feel free to share it in the reference jar. Ideally in a few different angles. Those two. So, yeah. Also, I kind of do like weird peace sign thingy. Like, it does look a little weird. And it probably does look kind of unique. Like, I can easily recognize my own peace sign and from, you know, a picture, even if it doesn't really show much other than my hand. Because it kind of looks like what I drew there. Like, I know that some people kind of curl their hand in, but I don't really do that. So that's kind of like what my peace signs look like. Hmm. What to do? Ni hao, hao yi. So I think I'm going to add a little more to the gesture because Ashlyn has a tail as well. So I might kind of like curl it in. I mean, it is meant to be like very, very fluffy. You know, kind of like a very fluffy cat. But I think I might like up this shoulder. And I might like shorten this hand. There we go. So, yeah. Yeehaw, how ye? So yeah, we just chillin'. And there we go. Now this is the gesture, and that is the kind of pose. How ye? So I kinda am just getting the horns out of the way. Me first, if anything. Because, and I might like eventually like try and learn Blender so I can like try and you know, make a more accurate model kind of based on like her, you know, expression. Words are hard. I'm kind of doing this so I can like, ugh. Words are very hard. Fucking hell. But yeah, kind of like my plan was to like probably like learn Blender so I can like add horns to some of my horned characters with the head presets so that I can draw them more accurately. Also, hello Geo! Thank you for the first time chat. How are you today? Doing decent? Just in bed? Alright. Hope you are able to chill. I'm doing pretty well myself. I'm just trying to make a reference for my VTuber model based on like her live 2D. You have your 2-year-old daughter asleep on you? Cool. Oh, you're not in bed? I'm a bed? You have your daughter asleep on you? Oh my god. Well, at least she's resting well. Hopefully. What is going on with the fucking... There we go. I'm going to save it so I don't lose my progress. Okay, hmm. Okay. Hmm. And there we go. Also, in like about a month from now, I'm going to be attending a convention. There is a friend who I was going to go with, but right now it's kind of up to debate if she is going to be able to. I'll probably check with her in a bit to see if she will be able to attend. But if not, I'll probably just ask my mom. Which my mom hasn't really been to these kinds of conventions before. And of course, she's also volunteered at conventions before, but the conventions were more like stuff for like DAR stuff, not like expos, which is what this is. And I've been going to this specific convention for years at this point. Since like the mid 2010s, actually late 2010s, starting in middle school, I was going to this specific convention with my friend who, well, isn't sure if she'll be able to come this year. And if that is indeed the case and she isn't able to attend, I'll ask my mom. Because I'm probably going to purchase my tickets in a little bit. Also, thank you, Geo, for following. Actually, I think I'm going to reach out to my friend. Okay, I messaged her. Fortunately, she is currently online, so it's probably not going to take a long time for her to answer. I mean, when my, official debut comes around, hopefully in, July, and I have, 2 weeks left of classes, I believe. So, yeah. Once my semester ends, I'll try my best to kind of focus on working on my model. Because right now, I'm like in the very early stages of the Life 2D model. Like I did the head blink. I did the eye movements and blinking and the eyebrows and the mouth. Like kind of the basic stuff. But now I have to go and do the head. And I was trying to do the automatic movement for Life 2D, but every single time I tried to do it, it just went wonky. Like, some stuff would disappear, like the eyes and mouth. Which means I probably need to, like, ask someone who is more experienced with this to help. That is, if I don't just end up getting scared. Because Life 2D is very intimidating. I mean, after a little bit, I did get used to some stuff, like, you know, like how to figure out the, you know, deformers and stuff. But it took me a while. And not gonna lie, it's probably going to take me at least another few months for me to kind of finish the model. I mean, I might even like just do like half of the body. Do like the top half and do the tail and stuff. And probably just consider that, you know, good enough, because that's pretty much all you're really going to see. And of course I will probably like work on the model throughout until I am, you know, satisfied. With where I kind of have it. Because, yeah. I mean, I was pretty stoked about the feature. Of, like, being able to, like, automate the head rotation. But I can't figure out how to really do it. Which means I'm probably going to have to, like, separate the head from the model, do that, figure out what I'm doing wrong on it, all that. Okay. Okay, so the friend replied I did not get the notification though because Discord for me is in streamer mode. But yeah. I'm going to save this for now. I'll probably take off my cardigan because it's getting a little hot for me right now. Just give me a moment to do that. Okay. So I'm going to make the middle finger a little longer. And I'm going to save. But I think I'm going to go work on something else. So this is kind of an expression sheet that I kind of been doing. Kind of just to like figure out some Probably for like sprites and stuff. But I should probably also like make a sprite concept. So I'm kind of just like sketching out a concept for like an overworld sprite. Like this is kind of like for Patchouli. Actually, I'm going to get out this. Of course, this isn't like perfectly symmetrical because I'm not using a symmetry tool. I mean, of course I'm probably going to have to like look up some sprites too. So this is probably what the overworld sprites are going to look like. Of course I am going to like refine this. You know, so it isn't like super scuffed. But yeah, I will make, you know, more refined concepts later on. So, the concept was kind of like, you know, chibi. You know, little nubs for legs. You know, kind of like chibi. Very much cheapy. And of course, we always gotta include the little eye motif on the bottom of our skirt. Yeah, this is kind of like, this part will primarily be used for like when investigations are being done in the story. So if she's like, as kind of an example as to what investigation she'll be doing, like, so she'll be kind of like in a map, and basically she kind of like has to walk around and kind of find like peculiar items which she will use her journal to kind of write down what she sees and like possible questions as to what it could be before and about, like mysterious notes. Like, for example, in the journal she probably writes some kind of meme reference or joke that Hachiri wouldn't get because she was raised by the church and isn't really familiar with all the memes. Like, she is canonically prone to using like some very old slang from like the 80s and 90s. Not like this slang that a usual 20-year-old would say. Because she is, you know, she was kind of raised by old people. of course, I am going to make a 3D asset of Pacheli's horns. And for the horns of several other characters that have them. Kind of like to help me with, you know, drawing them. Because the best thing about digital art is sometimes you can take those kinds of shortcuts. I'm probably not going to, like, do the mouth thing. And I know that this kind of looks a little oversized. But eh. But she is just standing there, wondering what the hell is going on. Oof, my fucking stomach. Ow. Cramps. Go burr. And of course, this is kind of like a floor plan. Like one of the little maps in the game. Of course, I'm probably going to have to like consult some like actual floor plans of certain places in order to like figure out the floor plans for the locations in the story. But that will probably happen later on. When I'm, you know, at the point where that happens. Or I can, like, make those maps. And of course, one of the main ways the sprites will probably emote is, like, some expression changes, but also, like, you know, little speech bubbles that kind of show their emotion, like a question mark or an exclamation point. And, of course, there will be some of the assets which I might, like, reuse is for, like, future games. Like, faces and stuff. And, of course, these will change a little bit to kind of suit the user interfaces of the game in question. And of course, there will of course be the titular heart. And of course I might have to like design some background characters, you know, for like when I get closer to and more further into the game development part. Like when I'm actually, you know, developing the game, like actually making the maps. You know, those sorts of stuff. So, yeah. And as this is, you know, a chibi, I know I'm definitely going to have to, like, produce some stuff. Or just make it less complex. But I really like this current idea I have for Pedgley Space Sprite. But she's kind of like just standing there. You know, like a little goofball. Just looking a little goofy. Just a wee to silly. But of course I will have to like make some kind of base for like the sprites. And of course, being me, I kind of want to like modify them a little bit so you can kind of see a little bit of height differences between the characters. I'm not sure how exactly I'll be able to do it in the RPG Maker, but that's kind of my plan. Because I kind of just want to show height differences a little, you know. And I will probably have to like look at, you know, game sprites and stuff, especially those in like Stardew Valley. You know, for, you know, doing these sprites, because even though those are pixel sprites, it's probably going to be kind of close to what I'm going for with my drawing into the sprites. So yeah, it's just gonna be lots of work. Actually... Also, hello, our Crow. Wait, no, just Crow. How are you? Yeah, just crows. Yeah. I consistently forget that. I'm doing pretty well. I just like doing a little concept stuff for a game. And for anyone wondering why I'm doing a little concept for a cat sprite, that's because there's kind of going to be a little scene in the game where Patchley kind of has to deal with kittens. And of course, some of these kitties, it is of course lore based as well. Like, there's actual lore to the cats. And the cats specifically can get very, very big. Like, very, very big. I don't really have, like, a specific size right now for what they could be, you know, in terms of bigness. But they are going to be some big boys. Big boys and girls. Like, if you're familiar with, like, Maine Coons or Norwegian Forest Cats, or just any, like, really fluffy cat species, those tend to be pretty big. Like, some real big boys. Big boyos and girlos. And I do, of course, have my own very big boyo. Well, one very big girl. But I might do like an intermission in a little bit so that I can like go to the bathroom. Because, yeah. And of course I will probably like make some kind of like concept for some of the coloring. And also like, actually in my notes app on my phone for Patchley's Revenge. Okay. So the cats are called Nebula cats. Mom, I'm sleepy again! Then please go to bed. So they're kind of feline adjacent. Like, they look a lot like cats, but they're technically not like the same species. But they get very big. Some of them look more like, you know, tigers and cheetahs in terms of size. And the reason why this is because in the latter half of Patchley's Revenge, in like later chapters, the agency takes in a pregnant Nebula cat who ends up giving birth in like a supply closet or something that they kind of turn into a nest for the cat. And the only characters that really know what these are in fact Patchley and Dahlia. And this is of course the chapter before Dahlia's like focus chapter. Like, so it goes prologue, Fennel's chapter, Lily's chapter, Osmi's chapter, Hydrangea, Dahlia, and then Patchley. And of course the prologue is something else entirely, because it kind of shows a bit of Patchley's past. But that's why in here, Patchley has a kitten on her boobs, because this is the chapter where kittens happen. So yeah. And I'm probably going to make the, Nebula cats look a lot like calicos, because I'm kind of biased towards calico cats. Like, literally half of my cats, aka all my female cats, are calicos. And I don't think any of them are in my room right now. So yeah. I mean, the two really like to hop in sometimes and just chill in my bed as I stream. They're the oldest calico and the youngest calico. Hmm. But I think I'm going to do an intermission so I can like go use the bathroom and stuff. So I'll be back in a little bit. Hopefully I don't like spend too much time in the bathroom, like clutching my stomach in pain. Which is probably not going to happen, but now that I say it, I probably jinxed myself into making that happen. But yeah. So, yeah. And I shall do the BRB right now. Be right back. I forgot to put the I forgot to put it back to the regular screen act. Fuck. But it is back now. I am back indeed. I think I'm going to kind of redo this sketch a little bit. course, I might look at Fire Emblem, some sprites, like, you know, like from like the early days of Fire Emblem. Like, I like Fire Emblem Awakening, Fate, you know, those ones. Yeah, pixel sprites. Of course, I am probably also going to look at Fear and Hunger sprites as well. Because it's probably closer to what I am kind of looking for when it comes to like making sprites. In fact, I'm probably gonna have to like make a mood board. Of like sprite inspo. Or probably like make a new board on Pinterest to kind of like get some inspiration for, you know, yeah. Fear and Hunger. Yes, indeed, Funger. Never played a game harder than that. Yeah, I've heard how hard it is. Which is why I'm probably never going to really play it myself. And I know that I can't really play it on stream either. Because of, you know, all the subject matter and stuff. And the fact that I'd have to play it with a mod to kind of censor for a lot of stuff. And besides, it doesn't have like a ESRB rating, which is why you can't really play it in certain areas, like in certain countries, because it requires a rating. And I just know it's going to be one of those rare times of like a rated A for adult titles. Because of all the subject matter. Which is why it will probably end up becoming like a game that I'm probably never going to like play live on stream. And besides, I'm not really a fan of like playing like super hard games. I just prefer watching other people kind of, yeah. It's like basically playing a side character in the Berserk anime. Yeah. And I'm probably going to like use a sprite from Fear and Hunger 2 Termina as, you know, references to kind of help with, you know, drawing my sprites for this game. And of course, some of these expressions from the expression sheet might become like sprites or CGs. Like probably like this one. And then probably this one too. And I'm probably going to like make some kind of 3D model of the, you know, Patchouli and some of the other characters with like more complex designs in like Blender or something, so that I can like kind of like you know, make the process of drawing all the sprites easier, especially for the more complex ones that, because, and the thing is, I don't really want to draw like one sprite with a bunch of different expressions and then just one sprite that is different from the others. Like how they do it in Rune Factory. I don't really want to do that. It feels a little cheaty for me. And I know it is the easiest option, but I don't really want to do that. I kind of want to go an extra mile. Like the extra mile. And kind of like make some effort to, you know, make unique sprites. For, you know, the dialogue. So it isn't just like just a bunch of characters where the only change is just their expression. And of course I might do that with, you know, certain sprites of like mob characters, like those who aren't like that significant. Like, of course I will try and make some more unique looking sprites for them, but not like too complex. But I want to at least give them like character. Of course, I'm probably going to like make some brushes for like stuff that is, you know, repeating patterns, like these eyes on Patchouli's outfits. I'm probably going to make brushes of those so I can like do those easier and more consistently. You know, because it's fine to take shortcuts as an artist, especially if it's something like very, very complex that you're doing. Like if you're doing like a lot of work, for, like sprites and stuff. or just a bunch of stuff that can really be sped up quicker with, you know, assets that are already made, and you can just plop them in without, like, worrying much about, like, having to make them look perfect. And that's especially something you can do in Clip Studio Paint, because you have this whole, you know, materials, so you can, like, make patterns for clothing, you know, and stuff. So yeah. Also, one of the things that arrived yesterday was the pen that I got from my dad. And I had him open it, and he told me if I was going to add it to the shadow box, which that was the purpose of me getting it. It was to add it to his shadow box. But yeah, probably like sometime later today or sometime tomorrow, I'll probably ask my dad if he can, like, help me make with, you know, spraying the adhesive. I mean, I could probably, like, do it myself. I probably just need, like, to get some, you know, paper, like newspaper, so that I can, like, stick the shadow box board part into the frame, spray the adhesive, then put the backing frame on that, and then, you know, set those out to dry for an hour. And then that will pretty much be done. Then I can make one for myself. Which, yeah, that's kind of like my plan for it. Like, make it, you know, my own shadow box. Of my own, and use that to display some of the pins that I got. Like, and also, the plan for me, because some of the things I got my dad were like charms, and my dad's lanyard and charms, well, my dad's lanyard and pins don't really mix. But there's also, you know, the fact that I'm getting charms from my dad, and he doesn't really have, and you can't really add a lot of charms to your keys and stuff, because if there's too much weight, it will literally break some stuff. So, yeah. That's why I have jump rings, and I'm probably going to, like, check my thread to see if I have any that I can really use for this, or if I have to, like, go back to the craft store or to the fabric store and get some more or stronger fabric. Yeah. My dad is indeed very supportive. Like, he's a very cool dad. He is kind of like very supportive of, you know, the careers I want to do. And I remember, and he's also very supportive of my streaming career. In fact, when I mentioned to him, well, technically when my mom told him, because I told my mom, I forgot to tell him about the fact that back during like Christmas, the throne goal for the Stream Deck was hit, my dad was just like, I could have bought that for you. Like, he was just like, you could have just asked me to get it for you. And I would have gotten it for you on Amazon. But he was also kind of proud of me for, you know. But he was also, but that was kind of just like one thing. I mean, he is the one who got me the camera that I use for my tracking. And to be fair, I did need a camera anyway for school. Because I started streaming, like, the summer before my semester began. And quite literally, I started streaming, like, I believe July 2022. It was either July or June, from what I remember. So, like, and I remember I started streaming with Little Witch in the Woods, and this was before I really thought of, like, becoming a VTuber. Like, I didn't really think of, like, having a virtual avatar to express myself as, like, being an option I could take. So it was just the game. And also, my very first streams had no microphone. And of course, some of, like, my earliest followers from, like, when I started doing Stardew, they probably remember how bad my mic was, because apparently it was my fucking camera microphone. So, yeah. If you, like, go to the earliest VODs on my YouTube channel, like, around the time I, you know, did my first Stardew Valley playthroughs, you can probably tell how quiet I was, you know, way back then, when I was just a 18-and-a-half-year-old. But yeah. My parents have always been kind of supportive of, like, the career paths I wanted to take. In fact, they're kind of like, they've been my biggest supporters throughout all of this. Like, I've shared some of my achievements with them, and I'm pretty sure once I get to affiliate, I'm going to celebrate with them. And especially to my parents, because, you know, they've kind of, even though they don't really, like, tune into my streams, because, you know, this is kind of like an early time for many people in my time zone to really watch streams. But they've kind of been, like, supporting me, like, you know? Yeah. I mean, my parents are pretty cool. My mom did, after all. My mom was, after all, the one who kind of fought for me to have my accommodations in school. So, she's probably, like, really proud of me for, like, kind of, like, you know, being able to do some things, you know, independently. Like, and I know I have a lot of growing to do, both as, you know, a creator and, you know, a person. I mean, I have done some decent amount of growth, both, like, personal growth, both last year, when I, you know, first volunteered at a convention for the first time, and was, like, away from my family for, like, 3 days. And my dad especially was kind of proud of me doing that, because I used to not really show much interest in, like, kind of, like, doing that sort of stuff. And he is, after all, my dad is the one who kind of got me that opportunity to volunteer at that convention. So it's kind of thanks to him that I did that. And of course, it kind of gave me the motivation to probably, like, try and learn how to drive, because I kind of have a bit of, you know, gripes with driving. Like, a lot of it is, like, anxiety from, like, possibly getting into an accident. And then again, I'm probably going to have, like, my mom to teach me how, because my dad is a bit of a chaotic driver. Like, it's probably not as bad now, but he used to, like, whenever he'd pick my brother and I up from school sometimes for, like, appointments and stuff, he'd, like, peel out from the driveway of the school, and then all of the parents will get a text being like, friendly reminder not to go 50 miles an hour in the school parking lot. And my mom just knew it was my dad who did that. So yeah. I'm probably not gonna have my dad teach me how to drive. And besides, I'm closer to my mom in height. AKA, we're both really fucking tiny. Whose dad ain't a chaotic driver. Yeah. But I'm probably going to have my mom teach me, because for some things she kind of had to teach herself when it came to, like, driving. Like, for example, when my mom was first learning how to drive in like the late 80s, her dad, which is like, now turn your head to the back window. And my mom was just like, I can't see from that. And the seats are too tall. So she basically had to teach herself to use the rear view mirror in order to like park and stuff. And that's probably going to be knowledge that she's going to impart on me when I, start learning how to drive and probably like get my permit and stuff, which I still need to do. I still need to get my permit. I mean, I'm old enough that I can probably like get my license, but I don't trust myself. I'd rather get a permit first and, have my mom teach me how to drive before I, try and get myself a license. And, I mean, originally my mom was probably going to have, like, my brother and I use an old car. Like, probably the car that she currently has. To, like, learn how to drive. However, there's issues with, like, the coolant and stuff. And she also has, like, bad experiences of, like, being left stranded. And then having to have someone help her on, like, the freeway. Maybe because she used to drive an old truck that my pawpaw had. And it just constantly broke down on her, so she got into those situations. And she does not want that to happen to my brother and I. I mean, to be fair, back then, like, personal phones weren't really a thing yet. And so, it's probably easier now than back then in the 80s to kind of get help. Because back then you were kind of just fucked. You were just stranded until some good Samaritan helped you. But because, so many people these days have phones, like smartphones and stuff, it's easier now than ever to kind of like just call AAA or a towing service. Because then, get to somewhere safe and then just like call an Uber to kind of like drive you back to your home or near your home. So yeah. And also, because my semester is ending in like a few weeks, I'll be back to my usual schedule, well, pretty soon. I'll probably like return to my like traditional schedule in May. And that means the return of Otome Fridays. aka playing dating sims on Fridays, that will return. So look forward to that. And that means I'll have to write my schedules again. Which is fine with me. Because I kind of struggle with being motivated in streams where I kind of like don't have a schedule for like what I'm going to do. Like, it's... Unless I'm like hyper fixated, I kind of struggle with keeping focus and motivation and the inertia to kind of do a long enough stream. So yeah. And of course I am writing like a paper for one of my classes. So I might do like probably like my last week of classes, I might do like a break. Like a week-long streaming break. Where I'm like focusing on my college stuff so that I can, you know, finish it and not have to like worry a lot about, you know, the anxiety of having assignments due. Because I know that sometimes that kind of anxiety gets to me a bit. But yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to end this here because I should probably like do some of those assignments. I appreciate everyone who came by today. I will probably be here next week and probably take like the 22nd to the 26th off. You know, to kind of like focus on, you know, my assignments and stuff. Of course, I'll probably have to like make myself a reminder of like to focus on, you know, assignments and like not do who's streaming for a week. And I know that's probably most definitely going to hurt me in the algorithm, but I'll probably like stream one hunts during that week to kind of like confirm, you know, that I'm not, you know, dying. And that I'm kind of just, like, trying to focus on, you know, classwork. So, yeah. I'm going to end it here. Thanks to everyone who watched me today. And I'll be seeing y'all next week. Bye, everybody!